Welcome to Lively Up Girl Affirmations and Coffee. My name is Linda M. This Bible story comes from the very first book of the Bible, Genesis, where two brothers, Cain and Abel, the sons of Adam and Eve, is one of the most intense and emotional in the Bible. As you listen to this story, remember there's always a choice. Once upon a time, in a world beginning to take shape, there were two brothers, Cain and Abel, and they were the sons of Adam and Eve. Cain was a farmer, working the land, growing crops, and tending to his fields. Abel, on the other hand, was a shepherd, taking care of sheep. Both of the brothers wanted to honor God with their offerings, but something dramatic was about to happen. One day, Cain and Abel decided to present sacrifices to God. Abel offered the best of his flock, fat portions from the firstborn, while Cain brought some of his crops. But here's the twist. God looked with favor on Abel's offering, but didn't accept Cain's. And here's why. Abel's heart was right, and he gave with faith and sincerity. And Cain was furious. His face fell, and he was filled with anger and jealousy. God saw this and warned Cain. Sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule it. But instead of listening to God, Cain's anger boiled over until the unthinkable happened. Cain lured his brother Abel out into the field, and in a moment of rage, he killed his brother. Just like that, jealousy turned to murder. The Bible describes the sin of Cain as being crouching and him giving in to the darkness within. When God confronted Cain about Abel's whereabouts, Cain gave that famous reply, "Am I my brother's keeper?" But God already knew what happened. God heard the voice of Abel's blood crying from the ground. Cain chose anger and violence over forgiveness and humility. Cain was cursed. God's punishment was for Cain to wander the earth as a fugitive, marked with a sign so that no one would kill him, showing that even in judgment, there's mercy. Cain's story is a powerful lesson of choices and how choices matter, and walking away from anger and envy can lead us down a dark path or towards hope. Cain's story also reminds us that we face choices every day. Which one will you choose? Jealousy and rage, or love and humility? This is a question that echoes through history and still speaks to us today. You can read more about the story of Cain and Abel in Genesis chapter 4. Thanks for listening to another Bible story in less than 5 minutes. We'll see you next time.